tell about these Akashic readings. Today we have one more session. Directly come and enjoy. Today for the Satsang, just to bless all of you and bless Tiruvannamalai Ashram and all the devotees associated to Tiruvannamalai Ashram, volunteers, everyone. Blessings to everyone. So Saraswati Jampala, Ma Nitya Tripureshananda, birthday blessings. With all the auspiciousness, you will be with me. I'll be with you. Blessings. Blessings for all of you. Bliss. Kailasa and Sangha is experiencing all over the world. Especially after Parashakti started manifesting and doing the Akashic readings. Arulvaku. Oh God. I wanted to give you one secret to all of you. Do this Panchabhuta Yoga. See, whenever you want to ask any question to Devi and receive the answer, on that day, do this Panchabhuta Yoga. Means only mud on the body and take bath. Don't apply any chemical on the body to take bath. Just that Puttuman means that anthill mud. Only that apply on the body and take bath. Don't apply anything else. That is mud. Earth part, earth component. Second, water. Drink only water that day. Don't eat, drink, don't do anything other than drinking water. This Akashic reading. At least for a few hours, prepare yourself. Maybe 10 hours ahead. Just drink only water and keep yourself active. Third, the fire in your stomach should be allowed to burn without any food dumped on it. Just the pure fire. You can chant Omkara to intensify it, or Mahavagya, Ajapa, but pure fire. No food, nothing. That pure fire should be encouraged. Just be in the free air, open space, breathing the whole sky. At least few hours before. Intensely unclutch to get the power of the space, Akasha. See, listen. It's an intense energy. Just like the other bhutas, like earth, water, fire, air, the Akasha also is a pure consciousness. It is intelligence, living energy. Once you start unclutching, you manifest Akasha's energy in you, consciousness in you. So do this Panchabhuta Yoga. Your questions will be surely answered immediately by Parashakti. You just do this Panchabhuta Yoga and come for the Devi Akashic reading. She will simply answer your questions. Apply the anthill mud and take bath, or even clay. Don't use any other chemical. Take bath just with a mud. Second, water. No other food or juice at least for 10 hours ahead. If possible, that whole day. Third, intensify the Agni in your stomach without dumping any food on it. Just through the Omkara, Ajapa, Japa, ignite it, intensify it. Walk around and breathe in an open space, at least for a few hours before. Try to unclutch as intensely as possible to receive the Akasha energy, Chitambara, that energy, cosmic space. This Panchabhuta Yoga come to this Akashic reading. Surely she will answer your questions and give you your boons, the boons you are asking, and fulfill your prayers. Bhuta Yoga energy will prepare you to receive the Parashakti's energy. Bless you all. Radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Paramattvaitam, the Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
शांत श्यामला पीठारूढ़ा श्रीमीनाक्षि सुंदरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूपा परशिवपुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्रीचिह्न काहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग वर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महांधकार
Nithyanandam, Jnanapadati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadushnam Tattvamasyaadilakshmyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. Resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn. Formlessness. Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya. Srishti, manifestation. Sthiti, sustenance. Samhara, rejuvenation. Trobhava, pulling out of delusion. Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? the creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, prabhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 face, Ishana Murti as 5 face, Vamadeva Murti as 5 face, Agora Murti has 5 face, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 face. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 face, Agora Murti has his 5 face, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face, Satyojata Murti has his 5 face, Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained what is power manifestation and who is Paramashivam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasa, the ancient Pontiff of Hinduism, has made the science of our manifestation, yoga, and temple-based university for humanity. His Divine Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, and Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace and to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source book of Hinduism and 64 arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, astrology, Vastu, sculpting, and many more. And present emperor of Suryamsa Surangi Samrajyam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst prosecution of multiple assassination attempt on person and character by anti-Hindu element. Bhagavan has beautifully given the pramanas for us to experience the science of our manifestation. The science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, foolproof, and scientific. Before we go to the Shastra Pramana, the science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The pramana means evidences. For everything we need evidences. Here, Bhagavan is beautifully giving a Shastra Pramana, reference from the scriptures, which is the eternal, unchangeable truth, which is revealed in the source scriptures, which is Vedas and Agamas. The evidences of the Aptas, the experience of Rishis, Munis, Nayanamars, Alvars, Siddhas, who have experienced all the powers of Paramashiva, who is the authority of Hinduism. Each one of us could also become the avatars of all these powers and manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of each power manifestation. Shakshi Pramana, like all of us, the evidences are from the testimonial of all the experience of devotees, followers, and disciples all over the world, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, and foolproof. Pratyaksha is scientific. The scientific study behind all these powers, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Clearly, let's understand the enlightened state is no thought zone where completely we are in the oneness
with Paramashiva and manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. And that is quite possible for all of them when they tested on all the devotees, disciples, Balasans, and Bhagwan himself. Scientific study has been done. And now let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are the Veda Agamas which are this is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vijnana, one beyond the mind and experience consciousness, is called Bhairava. Tantra, the method in which we go beyond the mind and experience the consciousness.
देवी शून्यालयो भवेत् क्वचिद् वस्तुनि विन्यस्य शनैर्दृष्टिं निवर्तयेत् तज्ज्ञानं चित्तसहितं देवी शून्यालयो भवेत्.
Sutra 120, Dharana 95. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, having one's eyes fixed on the particular object, Vastu, one should slowly withdraw the sight from the object as well as slowly eliminate the knowledge of the object, along with the thoughts and impression of it. O Devi, one abides in Sunya, the state where there is nothing other than this exists, which is the state of all inclusiveness or infinity. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully gave us the Pancha Bhuta Yoga. How in all the levels, all the dimensions, the Pancha Bhuta that we are made of, when we boil it and be ready to receive Paramashiva, Para Shakti, simply whatever our reality becomes real. Bhagavan beautifully says, when you apply the clay is something you can move the mud and dig a little bit, you have the clay, or ant hill mud. If you have, you can apply on the body instead of the chemicals. Bhagavan always says only what you can consume inside your mouth, you can put it on your body also. These shampoos and soaps that are chemicals, do not use them because they are toxin. And beautifully he says you can just have water, not juice, not anything else, but simply have water and hold your space just by detoxing for Devi to land in you. And he says, chant the Om mantra, and constantly when we chant, the frequency of our self raises to higher reality. And breathing in the Akasha, the pure space, the wide space, whenever we look at the huge mountains or a huge ocean, simply our inner space also expands. He always says, before every time Arunagiri Yogeshwara takes me to the other lokas, he makes me to lie down on a flat surface and looking up and just receive the Akasha inside. So all of us can receive the Akasha for it to happen in all of us. And finally, unclutch. Why do you need to unclutch? What is unclutch? Unclutch is a method Bhagavan has beautifully given us, the greatest gift on planet Earth. Unclutch for us to go beyond the mind. The mind is constantly happening and constantly throwing the past into the future. Instead of that, we have some other reality called present. The power over present, Bhagavan calls it. The power over present happens when we are grounded in one thought current. That is Para Shakti. When we have only the visualization and only the verbalization of Para Shakti in our space, and not let the mind come and give you all other reasons, thoughts, words, action into making you out of that space of Para Shakti. Tell the mind very clearly, I am going to be in oneness with Paramashiva and manifest as Para Shakti. That is the space that we need to be. Get grounded into Para Shakti and just melt down, going beyond even your body, even your mind, and simply being in oneness with her. That is the unclutched space. Finally, Parashakti will take care of even leaving that and going beyond. When Ramakrishna Paramahamsa went to his guru, he was told to leave Kali. He said, I'll go talk to Kali and tell her that I have to leave you to go beyond your mind. And Kali blessed him, and he came back and told that even for that he takes the permission of the Kali, simply because the idea of Kali should also disappear into Kali herself. The ultimate, all these avatars play this Leela for us to understand how intense they were, how intense you are when you're sad, when you're hungry, when you're lusty, when you're angry. Same way the intensity should happen when we are in the space of oneness with Paramashiva. That intensity, when you're in deep sadness, when you want to create a reality, it will happen very fast. Use those moments to create your highest reality, Bhagavan says. Because when we are in the deep space, we bring the thought current to oneness and we function as one unit. We leave the moment otherwise hanging around everywhere, disturbing everything, and not leave the moment otherwise hanging around everywhere